and playful creativity. Today's video is going to be a chatty journal with me for Junk Journal July, and I'm very excited because the prompt that I'll be making a spread for is Maximalism, which is very appealing to me. I'm going to be working in this very chunky journal. I'm not finished it yet, but it's really near to bursting. So if you want to see what's inside this, I have recently posted a flip through video of this showing you my Junk Journal January pages, which I did in this, and some other kind of experimental stuff I've been enjoying doing. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go and have a little watch if you're curious to see what's in here. So Maximalism really just as a prompt jumped out to me, and it reminded me of these pages that I've made in this journal, which I'm calling treasure pages, which is basically where I've just allowed myself to never stop, to just carry on filling the page, add like glitter and wax and all things to make it textured. My inner child really took the wheel with those. There's another version there where I just chose like all purple things. So to me these are just like more is more, like wholeheartedly maximalist spreads. So I wanted to make something like that, but I wanted to make the spread in the true spirit of Junk Journal July. So, you know, not just loads of things that I've gone and bought, but actual junk that I can find. So just before I started filming this video, I have been rummaging in the recycling bin. I now have this whole basket of rubbish and scraps that I've saved from the recycling bin, and it's going to be transformed into something wonderful, hopefully. Cereal packets, Vimto labels and old stamps, pamphlets from stuff. This is going to be exposing me a little bit actually, because I'm realising that most of it is from ice lolly boxes, cereal packets and chocolate. So I'm excited to see if I can transform this box of rubbish, this bin basically, into a really fun maximalist spread. So come with me, this is going to be a little chatty journal with me, so I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing as I do it, and I'm as excited as you hopefully are to see how it turns out. Also, just to note, it is boiling in here. I'm going to have this fan on, so if you can hear a strange background noise, it's just the fan. Before I use any of the stuff from my junk box, I'm going to put some washi tape onto the pages to kind of establish a bit of a colour theme. I've already got a bit of a colour theme in mind that's kind of been brewing as I've been collecting the rubbish from the bin, so we'll see. I never really like to have too much of a vision in my mind, because then I think it kind of takes away some of the spontaneity of it all. So I have a bit of an idea, and then I mostly just see how it goes. It's quite free and there's no rules. It's just ripping up bits of washi tape and putting it down. Quite a lot of this washi tape might get covered up, but the idea is to just have a bit of colour in the background, so that if we do have some gaps, they're not going to be white gaps. They're going to be gaps of pretty colours and patterns. One problem that does come with having a journal this thick is that it starts to get hard to work on that page. So I've put this clip on there, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Sometimes having thick and chunky journals means that pages get harder to work into, but you know what, that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make because I just love chunky journals so much. You might be able to tell from the washi tapes that I've been putting down, but I'm kind of imagining like purple and green for this spread, but also maybe with a bit of red. I haven't really got a red washi tape to add that in, so because I just want a bit of red, I think I'll just do that with the junk. We're nearly done with washi. You may be thinking, she's nearly covered the whole page already, but no, you'll see there is a lot more to go. And I'm just going to put a few of these washi petals on now, but I might put some on at the end as well, depending on how much they get covered up. So these, like, it looks like washi tape, but they're individual stickers. And they are sticky, but I usually add a bit of glue as well, just because they do have a tendency to peel up a little bit. So let's get that on there. Okay, we're done with the washi for now. I'm going to move that out of the way. Oh no, wait, we're not done with the washi. I forgot that I had this one. This was a little sample I got from someone in a pen pal letter, probably about 5 years ago. And it's just been hanging around in my washi drawer and I haven't used it, and I don't know why, because it's so pretty. Maybe that's why. Maybe I was saving it, but I do try, and you'll know this if you've seen some of my social media videos, I try to not save things for best, and not save things just in general, like just use the thing you like the most first. life's too short for saving stuff. And if you save stuff for best, then it will never be your best. It's a very nice freedom once you give yourself permission to just use whatever you want, whenever you want. But I was being hypocritical in this case because I did save this washi, so we're using it now. The first thing I'm using is this Royal Mail You've Missed a Delivery card. I did just film myself ripping this out, but then I realised that it has my address on the other side, and I probably shouldn't put that on the internet. So what I said was that these are usually really irritating to find because it means you've missed something. I'm going to turn it into something good by adding it to this spread, and I really wanted to put this little bit that says recycle on it because it just makes sense for this recycled spread. And then I'm just using little bits of the red as well. Okay, we've got some bits of red on there. There'll probably be more added later. And this really caught my eye when I was rummaging in the bins. What does that make me sound like? It's a Vimto label, and I just really like the colours of it. I just love Vimto. Vimto is amazing. So I've not really put this kind of plasticky stuff in my journal, so we'll see how it sticks down. It was satisfying to rip. I kind of want this little black currant. I like the colours of this, but I also like the little dots. I feel like they look like, I know they're bubbles, but they kind of look like sparkles to me. This is fun to rip. Look at this. Ooh. Am I done with the Vimto label? No. Just a little bit more. Just this bit of raspberry and, I don't know, what is that, a grape? Yes. Another thing that I really like about these spreads, apart from the fact that they have like no rules, is that it just feels like my inner child comes out. Little tiny Kia is just free to cut and stick whatever she wants. I'm realising more and more that little tiny Kia was a maximalist at heart the whole time. So I'm kind of doing this just to reconnect with her. And little tiny Kia also really loved Vimto. So that's another reason why I feel like this just belongs here. Vimto just reminds me of Nanny's house. Okay, Vimto is secured. Or is it? This whole video is basically going to be me like, okay, I'm done with that now. Oh no, wait, no I'm not. That's okay. Sometimes I think it's a really good journal practice to be like, leave space, give yourself like a gap, know when to stop. Just kind of, you don't have to keep going, you can just enjoy it and then it's done. But sometimes it's the opposite. I feel like the fun thing about journaling is just never having to stop. Never stop, just keep putting more. Okay, good with the Vimto, we think, for now. Then I had this from a lip salve, this wrapper, this cherry lip salve, and it's got that bit of like green, red that I want. Do I want the words in? Probably not. No, we'll rip it here. And when I use thick card like this, I usually try, if I can, to peel the back bit off. So like, card is usually, it comes in layers, and if it's too thick, it's kind of hard to stick down, so peel a bit off. That probably didn't make much difference. Can we peel some more? There we go. I'll get some of the thickness off it and just make it a bit easier to stick down. I did have this recycled paper that I thought was nice because of all the different colours in it, but now I'm seeing it against this, I'm realising it might be a bit dull, but the little bits look nice. Maybe we'll just put a few little torn up bits of it on there to put some texture into it. Okay, I quite like how this is going with it, so I have to make sure to put some stuff under this clip at some point so I don't just have a bare little patch where I was holding it down. Hopefully I won't forget. That actually worked quite nicely, I think, but the only problem is with handmade recycled paper is it sticks. So actually, yeah, that recycled paper goes well, doesn't it? Because that's made out of all other paper scraps that I've collected from my studio, so it's just adding to our junk journaling theme. This is next. This has to go on. I just love the colours, love these lollies. See, we have a theme going on because I loved these when I was younger and I love them again now. So we've gone for maximalism, recycling and connecting with our inner child as the theme today, I think. And I am happy about that. Hopefully you're enjoying it too. I know a lot of you watching are probably seasoned junk journalers because a lot of people who do Meg's amazing Junk Journal January and Junk Journal July challenges are like Junk Journal pros. I do think that maybe I don't use enough recycled elements usually to call it junk journaling, which is why I'm sort of putting so much emphasis on this being recycled, because I just love the idea that things can get a new life in your journal that would have otherwise been thrown away. So I don't want to do like half junk journaling for this, you know. I want this maximalist spread to be worthy of the junk journal name, which is why I'm making sure that we have a lot of recycled things going on here. One of the things that I love about journaling is just collecting things for a theme. I feel like it's my inner magpie or like my inner gatherer, and it's making me happy how spontaneously it's happened that we have a kind of inner child theme, a recycling theme, a maximalism theme, but also, if you've noticed, kind of a fruit theme. Not kind of, a very fruit theme. We've got cherries, Vimto, Roundtrees, fruit, lollies, whatever they're called. I'm liking this so far, it's feeling tropical. On that note, let's use a bit more fruit. Peeling the design off the cardboard again here. There we go. Onto another ice lolly box. Do we want to use this Solero? It might be a little bit too kind of yellow. If that passion fruit was more purple, I'd be sticking that on there, but I do like this little hummingbird. I think for this one, instead of ripping it like I have with everything else, I'm going to cut it out. Maybe we'll have its beak pointing to recycle, like it's telling you how important it is. Don't rip, don't rip. Gently. Yay. Sometimes I just use the end of the glue stick like that to press it down, because if I use my fingers, they're too sticky. So I have this from a cereal box. You can see why, the purple, the red. I don't want any of the words on it though, so I'm wondering whether to rip it up or try and cut bits out. Let's see what it looks like if I cut out the words and we kind of have a ticket frame. I don't like that. I don't know why, I just don't like it, but I do like the idea of it being in stripes, so let's cut some stripes out, shall we? I'm going to see if I can cut this in a way where you can't actually read what it says. It just looks like a red pattern. We'll see. What do you think? I feel like you'd only know that said dungeons if you'd seen this. Just looking at it, it's not like it obviously says dungeon, so I quite like that. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to cut this Alton Towers thing out. Oh my god, we're still on childhood theme. How is this working out so well? Either this is a great coincidence or I'm just a childish person. So all of my recycling just kind of automatically goes with a child theme. Yeah, look, I've got a Cocoa Pops box looking at me. That's definitely what it is. I know I didn't want words, but do you think that looks kind of cute? I'm going to put that Alton Towers in there. Not sponsored, obviously. Can you imagine if I was sponsored by Alton Towers? Amazing. That would be a dream. I don't know what they'd sponsor me to do, but you never know. If you're watching this, Alton Towers, let me make journal spreads about each ride. That would actually be really cool, wouldn't it? Do you know what? A journal with journal spreads themed around each ride. You know when you just have a random idea and then it started sparking something? I'm already thinking I've got this in the in my recycling box, and you know, I don't know if anyone knows Alton Towers, but there's a ride called the Smiler and it's all like black and white stripes. Am I already planning my next journal spread? Maybe. Okay, we've put our little Alton Towers bit of a cereal box on there. Quite like how those stripes look. They kind of go with these bits from the orange on the Ice Lollies box. What have we got next? I did quite like these green stamps. I think I'm probably going to cut them up though, not put them whole. Sorry if me cutting into a stamp makes you feel a bit icky. I had another one somewhere. Oh yes, I have this one too. Look at those colours. You can see why green and purple will come into mind. Usually when I think of junk journaling and I see everyone's amazing junk journal spreads, they're quite like, you know, vintage looking, you know, like a vintage kind of colour palette. And I really love that. But I just couldn't envisage that for maximalism. I feel like vintage style maximalism would be really cool to see though. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else does for this prompt, because I'd love to see a combo of those two kind of aesthetics. Where do we want this? There is a bit with these kind of spreads of, you know, I want to put more stuff on, but I also don't want to cover up everything. It's like a little puzzle, figuring out where to overlap and where not to overlap. Oh, this is a good segue actually. Speaking of puzzles, I don't know if you saw my other video that came out, but it's about my puzzle books that I write and illustrate for kids. So I've had some new ones come out. And you might have noticed at the top of this video that my new intro is kind of mentions like journaling, stickers and playful creativity, because I realised that I talk about my journals a lot. I talk about my stickers a bit, but because like I make them and sell them, you know, sometimes you get a weird feeling about being too self-promoty, and I just don't talk about them enough. But then I've thought about it recently, and I follow other creators who make and sell stuff, and I just love seeing what they put out. So I don't know why I'm holding back. Like if someone was kind of annoyed by me selling stickers, then they probably wouldn't follow me. So I don't know why I've been worrying about that. So I'm going to try and just share what's in my shop a little bit more often. So that's the kind of stickers element. And then playful creativity was in reference to those books, kind of just the kids activity side, because I spend so long, like the majority of my days, making puzzles for kids and activities for kids, but then they are kind of non-existent on my social channels. So I'm trying to bring those in more. I know most of you watching probably aren't kids, but you might have kids who are interested in like what I've been making. So I've done a new thing where now if you join my mailing list, you can choose whether you're interested in journaling or stickers or kid related things. You can choose more than one if you like, and that kind of tailors like what updates you get, what freebies you get. I've got some fun freebies actually, like a little ice cream puzzle and activity sheet for kids, and then like a summer journal printable for people who like journaling. It's like summer ephemera, it's really nice, and a free sticker sheet for people who join that like stickers. So there's my bit of self-promo. If you're interested in any of those areas, please join my mailing list, have a little look at the freebies you can get. And really this journal spread is going to bring all of those elements together, because it's journaling. I'm going to include some stickers, of course. Wouldn't be a journal spread without putting stickers in it in my book. And playful creativity, because like I said, we're going with an inner child thing here. Don't you just love it when a theme comes together? Okay, we've added some more red because it was looking not red enough. What else have we got in this box of junk? We've got this pamphlet from an open gardens thing that I went to with my mum, where like people open up their gardens for randos to look around, which is pretty cool of them. And we enjoyed looking around this nice garden together. I used the pictures and the description of the actual garden we visited in a journal spread about that day, but I kept this pamphlet because it had some nice pictures of flowers in, and I liked this with the purple and pink. I don't know what flowers they are. Mum will. Sorry, Mum. So we're going to add some little bits of this in here. It'll probably end up getting ripped so small that you can't tell it's flowers, but you'll get the busyness and the colours in there. If you see a slight wobble sometimes, it's because I keep leaning forward to stick things on the page and gently headbutting the camera stand, so it's making my camera wobble a little bit. I think these flowers are giving it some nice depth. I don't really know what I mean by that, but that's just what it feels like. Are you starting to get the vision? I hope so. You might just think I'm a crazy person, but that's okay too. I don't usually do Chatty journal with me videos. I've realised I kind of do Chatty flip throughs or like Chatty updates, but journal videos I usually have like music over the top or like a little ASMR thing. And I'm realising how much I kind of burst into song when I'm journaling because I'm really holding back right now. For some reason I have Babushka stuck in my head and I just really want to sing it, but I'm not gonna do that, don't worry. I'll save you from that. Okay, we have this dark chocolate box. I'm just scratching my head and thinking whether I want to put this on here or not. I like this little bit of purple, but that's about it. Maybe we'll just tear that little bit off. Just like the texture of it. It looks like thick paint. But where are we going to put this? It's getting more and more difficult now. I know I'm just going to have to stick bits over the top, and sometimes that's sad, but it works out well. Oh, trying to glue it with the lid on. I'd like to know what you think of this process, whether you get tempted to try it yourself, whether you think, oh my god, I'd hate to overlap so much stuff, or whether at some point in the video you think, I wish you'd stopped there and not carried on, because it's nice to know other people's opinions on it. I'd also like to know if it's like as interesting to watch as other kinds of journaling videos, because I'm aware that I'm very much just ripping bits up, sticking it on, ripping bits up, sticking it on. They're all very different, they're all adding lots of layers, so that might be fun, but it's also kind of similar. It's not like writing a bit and then sticking a label in and then drawing a bit. So yeah, I'd just be interested to know what you think of watching this process, because doing this process is extremely therapeutic, but I don't know about watching it, so you'll have to let me know. I hope that it's enjoyable. The Cocoa Pops box is here. I like these leaves on the bottom. We're not putting the monkey in today, sorry, but you just don't belong here, I'm afraid. But Cocoa Pops, so we're still on childishness. I'm going to try and peel this top layer off the cardboard without ripping it too much, even though it's going to get ripped anyway. Ah, that was satisfying. So what are we going to do with you? Maybe little pieces. Don't want to cover up my dungeons bit. There we go. Before I was sticking stuff down randomly, but now I'm kind of on trying to find any white gaps so you can still see the background and just filling those in. And then once we've covered up the whole background, we're not done. Then we kind of start working upwards because I want to add texture. There's a reason why this journal is so fat that it won't close. It's because I don't just stop at covering the page in 2D, I need to cover it 3D also.
Oh, I absolutely love it. It feels like it's blackcurrant and berry flavour.
I was just saying it's kind of turned into like a fruity spread, so I'm happy that you said
I've
that.
had lots of Vimto.
Okay, next in my junk basket I have this. It wasn't in the recycling bin, I'm not heathen. Obviously this papery kind of stuff, this has got to go in the journaling box. If you know, you know. But I wanted to have a look through to see if there's anything that kind of matched the theme. I haven't really looked through it. There might not be anything good, but there might be a little sneaky bath bomb. Oh, see now that and that, they're jumping out to me. And that actually. So we might have those. Anything else? Fruit. You know I've got to do it. I've got to. Like I said, fruit theme was not in my mind at all when I started this. But it's just, sometimes it just happens naturally and you've just got to go with it. And a bit of this green. Just rip it out like a savage. There we go. And maybe a bit of this deeper red and purple bit too. Okay. And let's cut some of this. No, let's rip it. Let's rip it. I usually opt for ripping it. Like the torn edges. Look at that. What a nice pattern. Okay, it's getting trickier to fit stuff in now. I'm going to put a little bit of this fruit here. I think realising how much I enjoyed maximalism and giving myself the freedom to just never stop and just do exactly what I want and be childish and have fun with it. Realising all that in my journal has also made me realise that I enjoy maximalism in other areas of life as well. For example, having pink hair again, which is something that I used to have and loved, but I just kind of didn't go back to for whatever reason. So I've recently just gone for it and it's brilliant. I just feel so much more like me now. I think I was meant to have pink hair. So that's kind of maximalist in a way, I guess. And then more so in like fashion, just being okay with doing whatever I want in my journal, going with bright colours, going over the top with it. It's kind of given me the freedom to do that with my wardrobe as well. I'm having so much fun wearing way more colours. My colour palette for my clothes is a lot less bright. It's a lot more pastel. I just love pastel colours, which kind of looks like absolutely crazy now that I've got pink hair as well, and I'm wearing loads of pastel pink and purple as well, but the journal has trained me to just not care. I don't care about whether it's too much. I'm just letting my inner maximalist out. So what I'm trying to say is, get maximalist in your journal. You never know, if you love it, it might lead you to being maximalist in other areas of your life as well. Just lean into it. Life's too short to not. And even if maximalism's not your thing, I do think there's something to be said for journaling affecting you in other areas of life in a positive way. Because it's just getting to know yourself, isn't it? Like, I've got to know myself and realise that I like maximalism and all these wild things through my journal, but you might journal and get to know yourself in a different way. And I love that for you. I love that for us. I talk a little bit about this on the first episode, or one of the episodes anyway, of the Journal Club podcast, which is a podcast that I started. I only did a few episodes. We're calling it season 1. I think I'll go back to it eventually. In fact, I definitely will go back to it eventually. It's just finding the time to. I kind of just did it in lockdown, which is when I had more time to do a podcast. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I talked about how journaling really helps you become your truest self. So I think there's something to be said for always writing stuff down, like free writing especially, like not worrying about spelling mistakes or like what it looks like, just writing out your thoughts. It's kind of like stream of conscious writing. Because I think the more that you do that, the more you kind of find your inner voice, which sounds cheesy, but I think it leads you to, you know how like sometimes you feel like there's different versions of you for different parts of your life. Like I used to think there was kind of like a version of me that went to work and a version of me with certain friends, not with others, not like in a, you know, completely different personality sense, but just in a like, you just behave slightly different around different people. I think I credit journaling a lot for kind of the death of that. That sounds dramatic, but I really got to know myself, got to know my voice, got to gain confidence in who I actually am through just writing in my journal without judgment. And I think that getting to know your own self without judgment is a really good practice to put into place, because it means that slowly but surely all of those versions of you kind of converge until you're just you. You're the you that's in your journal, you're the you that goes to work, you're the you that is with your friends, with your family. Like I feel like I can't remember the last time that I felt like I was being different versions of me, to be honest. I'm just being Kia now, and that's such a nice freeing feeling. Just in case you needed any more reasons to journal, I'm realising I'm like doing a little advert for journaling when you guys who are watching probably already journal anyway, and that's why you're watching this, but it's a powerful thing. You'll have to let me know in the comments if it happens to you. Does journaling make you think about stuff as like a bigger picture, make you get philosophical? Or is that just me? I don't know. Okay, we're down to the last few bits of the junk box and I'm deciding whether I want to use them or not. We have this lint chocolate bag. Oh my god, again with the unhealthy snacks. Chocolates. Really am exposing myself. I just like these hearts. I'd saved it and used some in a Valentine's journal spread. Oh, what I was going to say was, why haven't I used it since then? Just realised as I tried to rip it. Did you see that? It's got a plasticky like cover on. No, that's not. We like things that tear here. That is unsatisfying, so that has been relegated. Another chocolate bar. Oh my goodness. It's a little bit pink though, so I'm thinking no with that as well. Sorry, you have not passed the audition. And then we've got this National Trust magazine. I'm not a member of National Trust, but whoever used to live here is, and we still get their subscription. I know that's a bit naughty, but they send nice papery magazines with pictures of trees, and so who am I to refuse? But you can see that I've like used this a lot. It's all scrumpled and there's big bits cut out of it, but it's good for collage. I don't know if we're going to find anything to put in here though. Maybe a bit of this tree page. Yeah, we'll put some leaves in there. We've nearly filled the whole page. Yay! What are we saying? Is it giving off maximalist vibes yet? Is this where you would stop? I feel like it would be fun to have the timestamp of where you personally would have stopped. Like, I would have stopped at 10 minutes. And there's me going on for like hours. This is kind of a podcast episode if you think about it, with all the stuff I've spoke about. Maybe that's what the next season of the Journal Club podcast needs to be. Me talking, but journaling at the same time. You can listen to the audio of it on Spotify and then watch the journaling on YouTube. Have I just had a major brainchild? Do you know what? I'm going to write that down after this. If you think that would be fun, if you would watch and or listen along, let me know, because that feels appealing. Okay, we've been through the junk box. Oh no, we haven't. Look, there's 2 little bits left. Let's use these. Or do we want to use these? Maybe not that. I thought it would fit, but it kind of doesn't. I kind of like this though. Just the little stripe. I'm going to put that stripe there. And now we've done that, I kind of like the idea of there being a little bit of black and white stripes in there. So where's that? This is from a pizza box. Just being honest. Just a few little bits of black and white. And I am going to have to just quickly go and wash my hands because my fingers are getting extremely gluey to the point where I can't do anything. I'm sure you know the problem. Unless you're one of those people that uses tweezers. In which case, fair enough, you're very neat. But I don't know. I can't get along with the tweezers for like peeling stickers and gluing stuff down. I feel like there's just part of me that wants to just get in there and make a bit of a mess with my hands. Do you know what I'm just realising with these black and white stripes? I like them, but I've just spent ages covering up white spaces and now I'm kind of making white spaces, so I'm going to stop there. Let's go wash these gluey fingers. I'm back. So, like I said, I want to go 3D now, and I've got these. Again, little Kia loves these kind of thick, sparkly stickers. I'm sad that there's no purple ones. We've got some good green and maybe a bit of red. So before you think, oh my goodness, is she really going to stick that massive heart on there? No. I'm going to cut it into little bits. So I'm basically just cutting little triangles and weird shapes. I'll show you a quick example. So all these little glittery kind of shards on this spread are those foamy stickers cut up, and I just really like the effect that it has. Have I got someone? There's someone there as well. I might actually have to cut it quite a bit smaller. I think I'm going to peel the back first and then cut it, so I don't have to peel off tiny little bits. I know I talked a little bit about maximalist fashion before, but I didn't mention the icon, the queen. If you like the idea of like maximalist fashion and just people being their true selves and doing absolutely wild and crazy things, You definitely need to look at Sarah Camp's. She's my favourite. If you're on TikTok, you might have seen her. She does like these wild maximalist outfits and I just absolutely love it. Like all of her videos bring me so much joy. And I like to think that some of my maximalist spreads, like these ones, are kind of like the journal equivalent of her maximalist outfits. I feel like she would wear an outfit that was this colour scheme with this much stuff going on. In fact, you know what? I want to try and get her to see my journals. How cool would that be? I might do a journal spread inspired by her craziest outfits with like pictures of her. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I need to write down these ideas I'm having while we're doing this. I've got journal spreads based on Alton Towers rides and journal spreads based on Sarah Camp's outfits. That would be fun. Done with red bits, I think. This is just going to go back in the bag like that. And now some green. I do sometimes use these hearts in full. I'm just going to show you that. I'm not a monster that always cuts up my stickers. Where's my... Oh, do you know what? The spread I'm thinking of is in another journal, but you'll just have to believe me. If you've seen on my Instagram, it's my Harry Styles spreads. I use those heart stickers and I kind of layer them on top of each other like a big pink heart with a little red heart on the top, and it looks really cool. So I don't always cut them to pieces, but it is my favourite way to use them. And then I think I'm going to put a little bit of pink in there as well. Maybe just tiny pieces of pink. I take it back, I'm doing a little bit more pink. It just looks nice. Oops. Okay, now we're going for stickers. I was very optimistic thinking that I would use these stickers on this spread because I'm not going to want to cover that much up and I really don't want to cut these up. Just FYI, these are coming to my shop soon. I know every single YouTube video I say that I'm going to have a product update, and I have actually hundreds at this point of new stickers, sticker sheets, holographic stickers that I want to put on my shop, but I just haven't had the time to actually take the pictures and make the listings. I feel like I need an assistant because I don't know when I'm going to do this, but these will be coming to my shop, and don't worry, I'll shout very loud about it when I set a date for the journal update, the shop update, so hopefully you'll all find out about it, so don't worry if you want one of those, they will be coming soon-ish. So speaking of stickers from my shop, these are the It's About Time stickers. I was thinking of putting like this on because it was going with the green and purple theme, but now I don't know whether it's a bit big. Obviously maximalism, so we can do whatever we want, but I don't think I want to cover up too much of this. I was okay with the idea of overlapping it, but now I really like how it looks. I'm going to choose the little stickers and see how we go. But this one goes with the colour scheme nicely. I don't know, or do you know what I could do? Is to use this clock but cut it up. Yep, do you know what? That's what we're going to do. Why not? I'm going to cut it in half. I'm really enjoying cutting stickers at the moment. I know that's a bit strange, but I'm going to put the top half here and then the bottom half up here somewhere. Yes, there we go. Now we've got big stickers without covering up too much. And I definitely want to put one of these little flying alarm clocks somewhere. Maybe this as well. Melting clock, Salvador Dali style. Over there. And then it's got to be done. I'm going to use one of these little Trust Your Intuition crystal balls. You can see I've ravaged some of this sheet already. But where is it going to go? That's the question. Maybe here, underneath a bit of green. Bit of overlap. And then some creative journaling stickers. I like this green washi tape. Or I guess turquoise washi tape. Let's make sure we don't miss the bit under the clip. I like it there, but I don't want to cover the little frilly edge of the stamp. I think it's nice. maybe here. Yes. And this green, well, blue pencil. The stickers really don't go with the fruity theme, or the, I guess the inner child theme with the art supplies. And then I love this journal club one because I feel like this goes with the colour scheme really well, but again I might just be savage and chop it right down the middle. So I can put one page over here somewhere. Oh, it's getting a struggle now. What do I overlap? Maybe like on a slanted... Yeah, there's a bit of a green patch here. I'm going to put some more purple in it, so maybe we'll do it like this page here. Yes. And this page, maybe upside down somewhere. Maybe at the bottom. No. I think this page up here. Yes. That's where you're going. I'm going to pop a pink pencil on it too. And do we want anything else from here? Let me think. This is the same kind of colour scheme as that one, which I do really like, but I don't know if I want to cut it up. Again, let's see if it fits in here. Yes, I like that. Might just put a little bit more pink over the top of that. Like there. Okay, I think we're good with that sticker sheet. Maybe, I was thinking of that one, but yeah, do you know what? It's maximalism. Just keep going. I'm going to cut it into little pieces, which I've not really done. I've been cutting stickers in half, but this is, I'm pushing a new boundary right now, cutting it into pieces. But I like it. It gives you little details, but you don't really know what you're looking at, so I feel like it makes you stop and look. Like cover up resort. Yes. Sticker fragments. A new thing. Also, I like how meta this is because these are stickers of my journal spreads. So I've made a journal spread, turned it into a sticker, cut it up, and then put it into another journal spread. And then who knows, maybe this journal spread will become a sticker, which I'll use in another one. Isn't that recycling? Okay, we have our sticker fragments. And then I'm just going to put one of these little green and blue planets. Maybe a moon as well. Because I can't help myself. I feel like I end up adding these celestial stickers to like everything. Just makes sense. And we're nearly done, but the final stage, ooh, I wish you could just feel this through the screen because it's feeling good. The penultimate stage is little glitter dots, which I put on everything now. I'm going to speed this up, I think, so you can see me just putting them on everywhere. Okay, nearly done, I promise. Every time I do one of these treasure style pages, I use almost an entire sheet of glitter dots. They're just so good and I just can't stop. Ta-da! We've used all of them except those orange ones. And then the final stage is sparkly 3D stickers, which little me also loves. I don't know about these clear ones, I might just not bother with them. We'll go with these colourful stickers. So, you know I'm going to go straight for the purple. And as with everything else, the process here is peel and stick, don't think too much about it, and never stop. Just put it everywhere. And I know what you're thinking, if you do these kinds of spreads all the time, you must spend loads on supplies. But Well, these stickers are from Amazon. I don't like supporting Amazon very often, but I did have a gift voucher for Amazon and I saw these like bulk pack of stickers. There was so many in there, different shapes and stuff, and they were really cheap and I just couldn't help it. But the other stickers are from my shop, so I mean, you know what, it's a good job that I make stickers and that I like my own stickers, because I would spend so much money on stickers if I didn't make my own. I'm just using all my own stock, honestly. And then, as we know, the rest of the spread is recycled. So just have a good old rummage in the rubbish bin. And if your rubbish bin doesn't have enough interesting stuff, then maybe you just need to buy yourself some more treats, because they've got all the best packaging. This is your excuse. Get yourself a treat and justify it by saying you're going to use the packaging in a journal spread. You're welcome. I'm nearly done with the squares, and then I'm going to put some circles on as well. See how it's like adding texture and adding loads of layers to the page, but it's kind of not covering up that interesting base that we made. That's why I like these little bits. Okay, I think that is done. No, she says. Okay, now I think it's done. But what I am going to do is just go and get my glittery, well, like metallic pens and just add a few dots. Just a few dots. You know, nothing crazy, just a few dots. That's enough with the green one, but I'm just going to use the purple one for a few more. Oh, and I've just remembered an idea that I had that I wanted to do for this one. Yes, this is what we're going to do. I've been enjoying recently, and I'll show you this. This is where I cheated, and even though I have to film this in advance, I have already done one spread for Junk Journal July, which was the Good Vibes spread. And I really enjoyed cutting out these letters in like ransom note style, and I thought how fun would it be in fun colours, like with this colour scheme, to cut out the letters for maximalism and kind of dot them in here, and I feel like that's what's gonna finish it off nicely. So before I forget, that's what we're gonna do. For the letters, we're still sticking with recycling. I've been using these old Prima magazines that my mum gave me, and they've got some really nice letters on colourful backgrounds in here. Hopefully I haven't used them all for that other spread. So we're going to look for an M. I won't chat through this because it's kind of a lengthy process, but I will meet you when I've found all of the letters for maximalism. An X was really hard to find, so I might use this little scissors symbol that I found. Oh, let's try not to lose it. I feel like that could make an X. Does that look like maximalism? Maybe upside down? We're gonna go with it. I'm gonna try and stick these down now without losing them or without them blowing away. I think we are actually done. I'm gonna give you a close-up. I'll probably added a shot where I filmed this in the day as well, because I'm realising that it's got darker and darker as I film this. The hours have been going by. But here's a little close-up. Look at all that texture. I hope you've enjoyed making this with me as much as I've enjoyed making it. There is a warning that comes with making a spread like this, and it's that you will make a lot of mess. I have a lot of tidied up to do, but it was worth it. So there we have it, the finished maximalism spread. I hope you've had fun making this. I know I definitely had fun. Massive thank you again to Meg Journals, who runs the Junk Journal July challenge. If you haven't already, go and check out all of the other amazing creators who've been making videos every day, and Meg's channel as well, because she posts some amazing stuff. You'll never be short of journal inspiration, trust me. And if you're interested in my stickers, my shop is kiacreates.co.uk/shop. The link is down below. and I'm also on Etsy as well, Kia Makes. All of my social channels are down below as well. I post about journaling, stickers, and I will be posting a little bit more about my kids' books and kids' activity side of things. And one last thing while I have you here, I also have a sticker club where I send 2 sticker sheets a month of a new theme every month to my patrons. So if you're interested in joining that and getting some happy mail lovingly handmade by me, then please go and check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Kia Creates. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. This was really fun. I'll definitely be making more of these maximalist pages in the future because I'm not over this phase yet. So if you've enjoyed seeing this, let me know and I can film more videos similar to this one. Thank you again for watching. I'm sending you lots of love, and until next time, happy journaling. Bye! I also forgot to show you, I put loads of hair clips in today, especially for this colourful maximalist theme, and I couldn't go without showing you them. Okay, that's it now. Bye!